Okay, what I'm going to do, Preeti, is first quickly saute some onions, which I'll give it to you in there. Okay, we'll start with a little bit of oil. Let's say about half a tablespoon, not too much. And once the oil is hot, all I'm going to do is saute a little bit of cardamom seeds, because each and every spice has got an essential oil in it, and when you saute them, they release that oil. Okay, so that's very important. So we'll do that, and that'll help us get a good flavor in the dumplings. It's sizzling.
It smells amazing as well.
It's beautiful. And as it happens, cardamom grows a lot in Kerala, where you come from.
Yeah, it does.
Have you been to any spice fields?
I haven't.
No, you haven't?
Not really, no.
Next time you should try that.
I should, yeah.
Okay. An idea is not to color these. Saute it lightly. Beautiful flavor.
You can smell the cardamom already.
You can smell the cardamom already, absolutely. Okay, that's it. So I just wanted to soften the onions. It's translucent. I'll use the same pan. Nothing goes wrong. Just let it cool down a bit. Don't want you to burn your hands. I still want you to go back and think of me and my team as good boys, yeah? Good guys, not the boys who burnt my hands. Right, so this is the soya. Yeah. And you get soya nuggets. Sometimes you get the soya mince as well. So these were soya nuggets. You can see some of the nuggets are still there. We soaked it and then we put it in the blender. So you could do that, or you can buy the mince directly. Okay. So let's say about 4 to 6 tablespoons of soya I've taken. Yep. So what I'm going to do is add chickpea flour. You could mix a little bit of plain flour in this to get the binding right. Let's have you mix this. Okay. Salt. Okay, just to taste. I always say salt to taste. And let's add some coriander. Chop coriander to this. I would also like to add a little bit of crushed pepper. Coriander powder. Do you remember all that?
Yeah, I do.
Good. And
these are the regular spices I use when I cook, so.
Oh, you do? Okay, good stuff.
Not saffron.
Not saffron?
Except for saffron.
Shall I add a little bit of saffron as well? Because I'm going to add all this in broth as well, so might as well just use it here.
That's just for color, isn't it?
Just for color, and it also gives beautiful taste. A dash of rose water, and there's a rose water that will go in the broth too.
I've ever seen rose water in food.
Yeah, girls would normally use it for washing their eyes and face, isn't it? So there you go. I'll let you mix that lightly, and we'll test it out in a minute.
Do you want me to make balls out of it?
Yeah, please do. Please do. Feel free to do that. I'll have a tray here for you. And we'll try one bowl first before. Okay. So while you're making the bowls, I will saute the rest of the onions.
Onions, yeah.
So I'll start with about 1.5 tablespoons of oil this time. Right. So once the oil is hot, remaining cardamom seeds and some crushed black pepper that goes in. I love black pepper flavor.
I love black pepper in my food.
Oh, you're a Mallu, you would. Yeah, beautiful. And we don't need to color the onions, okay? Okay, I'll add a pinch of salt because onions soften quickly. Yeah. Food like that.
Yeah.
So I'll add a pinch of turmeric, coriander. This is my inclusion. Normally there is no coriander. Right. We'll add a little bit of saffron as well at this stage, because we're going to add the rest of the stock in a minute. Just saute it lightly, because the spices would burn otherwise.
You can see the turmeric giving color to it now.
Yeah. And we'll add water. And we'll simmer it. It's a very light, soupy kind of sauce.
Good for winters, I guess.
I guess even summer, I would say, because it's light and easy. Just correct the salt. We'll need more later. So let's let this come to a boil. Right, now once the broth is simmering, We'll add some more flavor to this. So salt needs to be absolutely right in this because otherwise it's a very thin stock stroke soup. Dash of rose petal or rose petal flour or rose flour, whatever you want to call it. The tomatoes can go in now. Actually, I'll put the tomatoes once I have had the dumplings. Okay, let's be gentle on this. So I'll let it simmer very slowly, very gently. I don't even want it to bubble because if it bubbles, it'll crack open the balls, which I don't want. And it'll take about, let's say about 5 minutes. This is simmering absolutely at right temperature, I would say. I'll just bring it, pull it down a little bit. Trick is to just simmer it gently. So the balls are perfectly cooked, the dumplings are perfectly cooked. And then you add tomatoes. And idea is not to cook the tomatoes, they're just there for more like garnish and they will shovel up a bit. Things which we need to add now is sugar. To taste, I would say. Very hard to say how much. Different people will have different idea on that.
Yeah.
I'll, rather than putting a spoon through, I'm just going to shake it slowly. And to pull the sugar away, a little bit of vinegar. Just to get a little sharpness in there. I guess you can also add lemon or lime juice. Now this is it.
Bubbling now.
Bubbling away, I don't want to bubble, otherwise it'll break my dumplings, which I don't want. So it's pretty much done. So it's ready. We have got some salad leaves mixed with some parsley, basil and all that. I'll switch that off.
It's quite a healthy dish.
It is indeed. It is. And I think especially for hot months, it would be perfect in my opinion. I'm just picking it up gently. Don't want to break it. You worked hard on it. Actually, color is beautiful. I really like it. Oops, I thought it'll stay, but it ran away. And we'll put some tomatoes as well.
That adds a nice color.
Yeah. And I think the rose flavor is just coming through so strongly. It's really beautiful. I think I'm good with that. Take that away, don't need this. And we got some coriander sprigs, some mint leaves, which we can just drop it here and there. I love these kind of dishes because they work out so well. Yeah. Especially if you're in a hot climate country.
And if you're short of time.
And short of time.
Cook it really quickly.
There you go. So we have inspired you a bit. You entertained us and we have entertained you back. Right, so before I let you dig in and I'll dig in with you, let me tell my folks how I cooked it or how we cooked it. Sorry, I can't take glory for this. Right, so this is how me and Preeti made this. Started with an empty bowl and I sauteed some chopped onions, about half an onion with a little bit of cardamom seeds in there, then added minced soy and then also added some chickpea flour. And to that we added the spices like salt, pepper, a little bit of coriander powder. I added also rose water.
Rose water.
And she mixed it all together. She made it in beautiful balls. Dumplings, we kept it aside. And then I started with a pan in which I added about a tablespoon and half of vegetable oil and sauteed cardamom seeds, onions, and I added all the spices, turmeric powder, coriander powder, saffron. To that I added a little bit of water, rose water. When it was simmering away, we added the dumplings and let the dumplings cook slowly at very low temperature when they're barely simmering for a good 5 to 7 minutes. To that we also added some diced tomatoes and then corrected the seasoning by salt, vinegar and sugar. And here it is. It's garnished with some parsley, basil and mint leaves and some tomatoes and beautiful yellow color broth.
It looks lovely,
isn't it? Yeah.